What is going down? TTC, Niner Empire. Your boy, Danny G, in the house. Now, hey, I don't do a whole lot of hate weeks anymore, but I just cannot avoid doing this one because there's no team that I hate more with a passion than the Seattle fucking Sea Chickens. I cannot stand the Seahawks. So anytime the Niners and the Seahawks play, and especially when they play in Seattle, I am fired up for it. Especially going in to that stadium. A stadium that the Niners have not had a whole lot of success in at all. We won at that stadium one time in the last 10 years. It was 10 years ago this month, December 2011, that the Niners had last won a game in Seattle before 2019 when that Week 17 game happened that you guys, of course, remember when Dre Greenlaw had that goal line stance on Jacob Hollister to send the Seahawks to the number 6 seed and to send the Niners as the number 1 seed and NFC West champions. That was one of the best moments that I've seen as a fan, as a Niner fan. Especially doing it against your rival in a stadium that you've only won once at in almost 10 years at that point. It's just insane how that happened. That was awesome. You know, the Niners did not win the Super Bowl that year. They fell short against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, but that year, 2019, was still incredible. And I'm seeing some flashbacks to that. You know, the way Kyle Shanahan is having success with his offense these last 3 games, it's reminding me of 2019 a lot. But fuck the Seattle Seahawks. Excuse my language, but, you know, this is still a classic TTC video, despite the fact that my channel, you know, might be going a little bit in a different direction as far as trash talk goes. I'm not going to avoid talking shit about the Seahawks whenever I can. You know, so the fact that the Seahawks are 3-8 right now and the Niners are 6-5 right now, and the Seahawks beat the Niners this year, Week 3. You know, that game sucked. It really, really did. But, you know, that was the best win that the Seahawks have had out of their 3 wins this year was against us. 28-21 game at Levi's. Good game, but the Niners looked bad in a lot of ways in that game. So I'm expecting the Niners to come away with a victory, but to do more than just come away with a victory, actually win by more than than a touchdown. They need to win this game by at least 10 points. Now, despite the fact that the Seahawks have Russell Wilson, who, despite how bad the Seahawks record is, his arm still looks pretty damn good. You know, I watched the game against the Washington football team, where, of course, they lost to the team with no name, the formerly known as the Redskins, the Washington football team. Russell Wilson's arm still looks pretty damn good. And Russell Wilson is still a damn good quarterback. So this Niners defense, you know, with Fred Warner being out, you know, Nick Bosa needs to step up. Dre Greenlaw, of course, who had the goal line stance. Azeez Al-Shire, who had a monster game against the Vikings. 2 turnovers, absolute beast. Azeez Al-Shire. I'm predicting him to have a big game. Emmanuel Mosley. This Seahawks, fuck the Seahawks. This Niners defense needs to be all over Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. All over DJ Dallas. All over Russell Wilson. We need to cover Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. And the Seahawks, Bobby Wagner and company, they got a pretty damn good defense as well. But, you know, they're just playing like absolute trash this year. They are garbage right now. They're a talented team that is just absolute garbage, which the Niners have been I would say, for the last few years at a lot of times, including at the beginning of this year. Or, well, not the very beginning. They were 2-0 at the very beginning. But in the midseason this year, the Niners were a talented team that was absolute garbage. And that is what the Seattle Seahawks are right now. So not only do the Niners need to go up in there in that dump CenturyLink field. Nah, it's not really a dump. Yeah, you know, it's an 8-week video. It's not really a fucking dump, you know. But to the Niner fans, it's a dump. Fuck the Seahawks, so it's a dump. And JD, if you're watching this, I hope one day you still get to take a piss on that stadium. But anyway, if the Niners do not win this game by at least 10 points, I'm not going to have as much faith going in to the rest of the year. You know, despite how easy the schedule is, if the Niners do not win this game by at least 10 points, I see them losing a game before the end of the year. And if they somehow lose to the Seattle Seahawks, the 3-8 Seattle Seahawks, then despite these last 3 wins, I'm literally not going to have any faith that they're going to even make the playoffs. Like, that is how important it is for me that I see the Niners at least win this game by 10 points. Because it's going to show me who the Niners are, and it's going to show me if they got a shot to actually, you know, make a wild card. I'll say the Cardinals will win the division. If they have a shot to, you know, have a better record than the Rams, or, you know, be ahead of the Rams would be best, so they can have, you know, that first wild card spot. Or if they have to, you know, compete with the Rams and then be a second wild card to them, you know, if they don't at least beat the Seahawks by 10 points, then I'm gonna lose faith a little bit. And if they lose to the Sea Chickens, the Sea Bitches, the Seacocks, then I don't think I'll have faith that they will make the playoffs. But hey, where y'all at, 2012, man? You know, where y'all at? Have you guys been making any videos? I haven't seen any. Get this hate week on. I know it's Friday, but come on. Get this hate week on. Niners, Seahawks, classic rivalry. Let's fucking go. Let's get this win. Let's improve to 7-5. And let's be on top of the wild card spot. All right, let's go. Niner Empire, one team. Oh, by the way, Deebo Samuel, he's out. You know, Deebo has been an absolute monster these last couple games. And the way Kyle used him in the backfield, you know, he just got hit on that play in the fourth quarter, I believe it was, in that Vikings game. You know, the Vikings defense were just expecting it. It worked so well. You know, Deebo has just been able to find the end zone so well in these last few games. He had success in that in 2019, but Deebo has just looked absolutely fantastic doing that again. Him being injured, him not playing in these next couple games, it's going to be a big blow. Along with Fred Warner on the defense. Not having Deebo play, it's going to be... The Niners are going to have to utilize Elijah Mitchell. Niners are going to have to, you know, use Brandon Ayuk a lot. They're going to have to target him. And maybe we'll even see him out of the backfield similar to Deebo. But anyway, the Niners, I expect them to get this win. You know, even without Deebo, you know, I expect Elijah Mitchell to kind of be like Raheem Mostert in that Week 17 game in 2019 in Seattle and just run up all over the Seahawks' throat. I'm expecting that. But anyway, Dana G is out. Niner Empire, one team, one family, one goal. I'm out. Peace!